All right, what's good, gang? It's your boy Alex Sedlak. In this video, we're basically just going to be breaking down the truth of being a 23-year-old millionaire, what it's actually like on the inside. Because I know from looking from the outside, it may seem like all glitz and glam, but that's partially true. But we're going to get into the actual reality of it. And my boy Ethan is going to be asking me the questions behind the screen, so it's going to be more of an interview style. So without further ado, we're just going to get straight into it.
What's up, guys? This is Ethan. All right, Alex, right into it. You know, the question that everyone wants to know. How did you make money, and what do you do to make money?
What I do to make money is it's basically service-based is what I call it. A lot of people will say it's course selling, yada, yada, but basically it takes a lot to explain what it is because they have to kind of understand the full story of it. But the way I made a majority of my money was from teaching people how to make money with TikTok Shop and just monetizing social media as a whole. I've been doing social media since 2019, so I was one of the first people on TikTok Shop, or not TikTok Shop, but TikTok as a whole. So I pretty much mastered it, I would like to say. I know the algorithm and how to go viral and how to convert sales better than pretty much anybody. So over time, I just figured out how to package that and deliver it to people in a digestible manner to where they can learn everything that I know about going viral and converting the people that see their videos into someone that will actually buy something from them. And then I use the money that I made from teaching people those skills and I put it into crypto, and crypto has made me probably about $500,000 in this year alone. So everything's picked up rather exponentially. Over the past 2 years before this, I was doing like pretty average numbers, like 300, 500K a year. But this year we've already done like 1.4 million and it's May. So yeah.
Okay, so how long did all of that take? When did you start? And I know a lot of that stems from, like, you know, having 2 million followers on TikTok. Talk about starting a personal brand and how long that takes.
So like I just said, I started my personal brand in 2019, and I picked it up pretty quick. And I think a lot of people struggle because they get analysis paralysis, where they feel like everything needs to be perfect. And I never felt like that. I would literally post videos of me talking in the bathroom at work when I was working at the hospital. I just posted pretty much everything that I thought of, you know, and I really built a connection with people over time. And by being vulnerable, it really led people to trusting me. And that's why I've made so much money, is because people know that my intentions are pure. They know I'm never going to make something that'll just fuck them over blatantly, because I value my reputation. My reputation is more valuable than any dollar amount. So it took a long time, but it's definitely worth it for everybody who's ever thought about making a personal brand. Like, if you just post 2 videos a day every day, I think your life will change in ways that you didn't think were imaginable. But it comes down to just like asking yourself, what do I want to talk about? Even if it's nothing. I didn't necessarily start with wanting to talk about something in particular. I just talked about everything, and that way I built a connection with people. And then when I did start talking about TikTok Shop and making money online, people were there because they were like, oh shit, like, that's cool. Just building that trust is the most important part.
What are the traits / habits that helped you get where you are today?
Traits and habits. I'll be honest, right now, I have everything. I have all of my stuff pretty much delegated, everything pretty much running automatically. But for 3 years, I would say the most important thing when I was in the growth, like really hardcore growth processing, was having a consistent schedule, never going through the motions, like really making sure that I was the one controlling and jurisdicting every day, going to the gym at the same time every day, eating healthy, working from a set time every day from noon to 5 p.m., working, and just trying to be aware of where my time is going, I think is the most important thing, given how many distractions there are nowadays. TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, like there's so many people that are fighting for your attention that if you just use those things and you don't use them, you're going to be in the same place. Not even to mention the sports. You know, you got the NFL, you got the NBA, you got college football, you got all these things that are just mega distractions on top of your distractions, and it's just like a dopamine centric world. So just trying to stay centered throughout all of that madness is super important, and just remind yourself that it's not forever. So just staying disciplined for 3 years and not wasting time with chicks when you're not where you want to be, and not drinking often, you know, just staying dialed and getting that routine down is really important. Journaling where you want to be so that you can it just, you really have to be a certain type of person though, you know, like all this shit I'm saying will sound like yap to somebody else and it'll really resonate to somebody else, you know. It's just like you got to really figure out, are you built for the entrepreneur life? Because if you're not, then it's not going to work. You know, you really have to be built for it because it's a lot of pressure. No one's telling you to go to work. You have to be the one to tell yourself to, and it's uncomfortable as fuck. So a lot of people will see this and just think it's the app, but a lot of people will know exactly what I'm saying. And for those who know exactly what I'm saying, stick to it, bro. The grass is really green on the other side, I promise.
How do you deal with the pressure, the stress, and the negative thoughts? I guess the self-doubt.
Personally, for me, I never really had to deal with the negative thoughts and the self-doubt because I always looked at it as like, as long as I'm making enough to pay for my rent and my car and food, then I'm good. You know, a lot of people will think like if they're not making 20, 30K a month, then they're failures. I never really looked at it that way. I just knew I had to make a certain amount of money, which was like 5K to 10K a month at that time. And that was enough to feed myself and not have to worry. So I never really looked at it as like, because when I started, there weren't the fucking Iman Ghazis and the Andrew Tate. There weren't these giant influencers that made people hate themselves because they didn't feel like they were doing enough. I didn't have that. And I think that will really stress people out when they compare themselves to the people that are at the pinnacle of their age group. So I try not to compare myself, or I didn't compare myself to pretty much anyone. I just like asked myself, like, what can I do today to get better? And I just kept doing that, you know, and I loved the pressure of having expenses, and I just never doubted. You don't have time to doubt yourself, really. There's so little time in a day. If you spend your time doubting yourself, you're just doing nothing other than slowing yourself down when that time could be better well spent towards something that'll propel you rather than drag you down.
I also just want to say he has a tattoo on his leg that says, "As long as you believe." There's a lot of self-belief. What is the best business book? Kind of a generic question. But.
The Millionaire Fastlane is hands down my favorite. The Millionaire Fastlane is basically what inspired me to make our TikTok Discord, because if you want to live a life of freedom, you need monthly recurring revenue. And this is the truth that not many of these giant guru influencers will tell you because they want to keep it secret. I don't care to keep it secret, but everyone's going for MRR, right? So there's the premise of the book basically tells you that by just investing your money into the S&P 500 while exchanging your time for money is basically how you stay poor forever, because you got to think about it in terms of like percentages, right? So say the average person makes 50K a year, you only can really save 10 grand of that. So you invest 10 grand, you're going to make 4% to 8% if you're lucky on that 10 grand a year. That's fucking like 5 grand a year. That's nothing, you know. And the people are like, compound interest, bro. It doesn't have anything to do with inflation. So basically, it's the college in the system that is built around you is mathematically retarded, and it doesn't account for death, because it doesn't account for mortality, right? It's basically get rich slow is what college guarantees you, because you're gonna have debt, you're gonna have interest, you're gonna have all this shit that's basically cinder blocks on your feet dragging you underwater. So the Millionaire Fastlane taught me that if you really want to live free, you have to have monthly recurring revenue, and you have to have an escape number. So think about it, your dream lifestyle, right? You want like a nice car, nice house, travel, whatever. It's going to cost $15,000 to $20,000 a month. Okay, well, how can I build something that cash flows me $20K a month so I can basically do those things? That's your escape number. So our TikTok Discord is recurring very well. We're the #1 community on the internet, which I'm incredibly blessed and grateful for. We have been for 7 months. And the only reason for that is because we're providing value. So in business, you're never going to succeed unless you're providing results or providing value, or the product that you're giving is good. So I know I'm sitting here yapping, but long story short, The Millionaire Fastlane is the best book I've ever read, and really helped me get to where I am.
Talk a little bit more about financial mistakes and like what you think the biggest financial mistakes someone can make if they do want to be financially free or a millionaire level.
Financial mistakes. I've made a lot of financial mistakes, but I try not to look at them as financial mistakes because there's only one way to really learn from them, and that's by failing. I bought a Lamborghini and I lost like 40K on that because I got rid of it, and it was very impulsive buy. It was really awesome. It was a cool experience. I'll forever be able to say I had a Lamborghini, but it wasn't worth it to me, so I lost a lot of money on it. Gambling. Don't gamble, kids. Like, I know all these influencers gamble and shit. I gamble, and I always tell myself I'm going to stop gambling, but the thing is I'm rich, so I can gamble and to not have it affect me. I can't imagine gambling when I only have like 10K to my name. You know, like, don't gamble. I didn't gamble until I was rich, so just don't gamble. It's horrible. It's a drug. It's addicting, and it's just, unless you're betting with like $5, like $10 a day, like whatever. But don't ever gamble with too much money that you're afraid to lose. I wish I invested more earlier on, but everything happens how it's supposed to. I didn't have really the liquid to buy the dip last time crypto dipped, but now like 35% of my net worth is in crypto. So long story short is avoid all the glitz and glamour and just try to like ask yourself what really makes me happy. Understand that like supercars may make you temporarily happy unless you're like a mega car person, then that'll probably fill your cup. But like for me, I had to learn that stuff really wasn't for me by buying it. You know, I had to experience it to know like the club life's not for me. Supercars aren't for me. Like I'm happy with like my X6M. Like my X6M's like basically a supercar, but it's not 300K. You know, it's 130K. But it's like a SUV. It's fast, and I'll probably get a truck too because in my house in Ohio, you know, it's like a $400,000 house. I put $100,000 into it. It's like it's nothing crazy, but it's all I need, you know, because it's close to my people, and my people are what really makes me happy in building businesses and shit. But I try not to get caught up in all the fucking hustle and bustle and work till you're fucking tired as shit. I think that's why systems are incredibly important, is just building something that can work while you sleep. Build systems that are automated, and nowadays all these softwares that are out, you can automate everything. So financial mistakes is just don't gamble, don't buy dumb shit, just avoid the dumb shit. Like don't buy designer. Designer's the biggest scam. Like wear good clothes. I am a huge advocate for looking nice, wearing high quality clothes. I'm on Ethan's ass about this all the time. Just look good, you know. Like Lululemon I think is right down in the middle of the road, you know. It's like it's not cheap, but it's not incredibly expensive. It's good quality. They make dress clothes. I'm a huge Lululemon advocate and not paid to say that. But don't buy designer. Don't buy Louis V. Don't buy Gucci. That shit's fucking retarded. Only means something in Miami. And Miami lifestyle is a whole nother topic for another time. But yeah.
All right. Growing up, obviously younger, you posted a lot of content on social media. Did you get made fun of, and how do you not care about what others think? Because I think that's what holds a lot of people back.
I started posting on social media when I was in 8th grade. I got bullied pretty hard. I deserved it, though. I was posting some cringe shit like fucking F-boy pictures and jawline pictures, so I deserved to get bullied for that. So I deleted my Instagram in 8th grade, but I was blowing up for real in freshman year. And then I stopped, and I just enjoyed kind of high school. I always posted on social media, though, like cool pictures of me cliff jumping and shit. You can scroll down on my Instagram and see that. When I graduated high school, I kind of realized that like I'm never going to talk to half of these people again. And you got to really look at the people who are judging you and hating on you, right? Like they're probably fucking poor. They're probably brokies who are just fags. You know, I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, but they're probably just, you know, douchebags. And you don't need to be mindful of what douchebags think of you, bro. Like there's a rap quote, I think Polo G said it, that I heard when I was at the very beginning of my career, and it was, give this shit a year or two, we'll see who got the farthest. And that shit's tough as fuck, bro, because if you just stick with what you're doing for 1 to 2 years and you don't listen to the FUD, these people are still going to be in college. Bro, I should have just graduated college, dog. I don't say this to flex whatsoever. I should have just graduated college. I probably would be making 50, 40, 60K out of college if I'm lucky. I'm making like $3 million this year, bro. That wouldn't fucking happen if I listened to what these fucking brokies that are stuck in the system say, bro. And I know the word brokey is kind of washed up. I think it's hilarious. It just wouldn't. It's insane what the difference would be if I just stuck down the path versus where I'm at now, and how these people who are on the path think, you know. So just fuck them. Really, all you got to remind yourself is fuck them. The real ones will stick around, and then when the real ones are there, when you make it, you reward them for being a real one. I take my friends on vacations. I buy them shit. Not all the time because I don't want them to get used to it, but you know, I'm grateful that they love me for all the shit I did, you know. So yeah, just fuck them, really.
How do you view money, like as a whole? Like how does a poor person view money, and how do you think a rich person views money? And
I really love that question because it's crazy, like being surrounded by both sides of it. Because like people in my family, obviously I didn't come from money, so seeing like the belief systems of people who didn't come from money or have any money is interesting. And then living in Florida, when you're just surrounded by it, it's very polarizing, the difference in perspective. But at this point, I think a poor person sees money as something that's finite and very scarce and hard to come across. And I've never been really one to think that because I understand that money can be printed endlessly, and I understand that money is basically infinite. It's fake as fuck, especially with inflation nowadays. Like, the value of the dollar has gone to shit. So like if something is under like $75 or $100, it is just free to me, because it baffles me when people are hesitant to spend money on like an experience, right? Because money is literally fake. At this point, it is literally just digits on a screen being exchanged for either a physical thing, which is real, or a real life experience, and there's nothing more valuable than experiences, right? So a lot of people will value money more than experiences, and that's just totally twisted, right? Like, always use your money to spend it on experiences, especially when it's just a digit on a screen, You got to think, you can't think in terms of money is a exchange of time, or that's how you stay poor forever, because you can't create more time. So say you work 40 hours a week, you're stuck at whatever that 40 hours a week is going to pay you, right? But when you sell something, you sell a service, you sell a product, you sell info, you sell something, there's damn near an infinite amount of money that you can make, because there's 8 billion people on the planet, bro. So there's infinite amount of sales that you can get, and you just need to allow yourself to think like that. So once you get past like 200, 300, 400K to your name, like, money's just kind of like whatever, it's because unless you're living in like very expensive areas, shit's basically free, like going to lunch, $20, fuck, that's fucking free, like golf for $40, that's fucking free, it's like, you just need to ask yourself, how can I get to that level? How can I create a service info-based product that will allow me to detach from money? Detach from money, don't make it your master. Just work hard for 2 to 3 years and make money, and then learn how your money can make you more money with like crypto or reselling or some shit, bro. Have your money make you more money in your sleep. Automate your business with money so that you can make a little less money, but you pay someone to make you money, so you're getting more of your life for less money. Yeah, I could go on about that one forever, but we'll keep it there.
Okay, last question, because I think the camera's gonna die. When did you realize, like, you made it? Do you have a moment?
I feel like this feeling was probably pretty recently, honestly. I think it was when I was in Naples. My girlfriend's birthday, we went to this oceanfront hotel. It was literally like right on the ocean. It was like $1,500 a night or some shit. It was not cheap. And that day was the day that crypto happened to shit itself. I lost like 60K in a day. And that was the first time I've ever lost that much money in a day. And I'm sitting there, I was talking to my girlfriend, and I was like, it's weird, because if this would have happened to me in the past, I would be tweaking, because I would just have lost a lot of my money. But the crazy thing is I could lose all of my crypto and still be rich. And that's when I was like, damn, like, I'm kind of chilling, and like having money diversified as well is a really secure feeling, knowing like this could go to shit and I still have this and this and this. That could go to shit, but I still have all these other things like watches. Like, I have like a $70,000 watch collection. I have obviously my house. I have a lot of money in crypto. I have money everywhere. So it makes me a lot less worried. And also, I think one of the times where I felt like I really made it was, I sent my mom like 10 grand one day, just out of nowhere. I think it was 10 grand. It was somewhere like 10 grand. And that was like just such a cool feeling. Yeah. And just being able to really take my girlfriend and I on vacations and have her not worry about money, So there's a lot of things that really go into it. And I think, another one was being able to take my boys on a trip to Florida. My 3 best friends I grew up with, took them up to an Airbnb in Florida for spring break and paid for the whole thing. That was just a fucking awesome feeling, giving them the opportunity to just come down and vibe without having to worry about money. And giving my friend, my good-ass longtime friend, a job. He's working for me now. He's a closer. So that's cool, bro. Not just me making money, but like making the people I love money, which is just so cool. So there's been, and you, bro, like you're making fucking 10K a month, bro. Like, that's so fucking cool, like giving people the opportunity just to make money is better than me making money. So
this is actually the last question. If you had to restart with 0 right now, what would you do?
Dude, if I was restarting from 0 right now, and a lot of people are going to think this is a hard ad, but if I had TikTok shop when I had just started, bro, like when I was in the hospital days where I was posting 4 or 5 TikToks a day, I would be a billionaire. I would have a billionaire with a B, because I would have posted so fucking much. I would have started e-commerce brands and sold on TikTok shop. I just would have done everything TikTok Shop related, because obviously there's just so much opportunity and so much money there that anyone can get a piece of. So if I were to start over, there's just no doubt in my mind, and there's no risk, which is the craziest thing about it. Like, you really don't even have to cough up $1 to start selling on TikTok Shop. Like, it's pretty fucking insane. I would start there and just go balls to the wall with it until something happened. I would start and not quit for 3 months until I made money, and keep making the money and just double down and reinvest that money elsewhere. So yeah, if you guys want to learn how to do TikTok Shop, we got a free call coming up on Wednesday. I don't know if this video will be uploaded by then, but you can still join our Discord for free and listen to the recording. So yeah, that link will be down below. But yeah, that's the last question. Fuck yeah. All right, guys, I appreciate you being here. Appreciate your time. Love you all tremendously. I'm stoked to be back on YouTube. Much love. Peace.